Way too easy. Hey guys, this is Cards and Coffee, and welcome back to another episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Reloaded. Last week was insane. Not only did I get the win, but I honestly could have ended it sooner. Game 2, if I would have just kept one of my Gemini Elves or Zombiras in my hand instead of discarding it, then I wouldn't have had to normal summon Witch and make the misplay and crash, allowing Ricardo to search a monster just to attack for game the following turn. Now, of course, I didn't know exactly what was in Ricardo's hand, so he could have just outed my monster and still normal summoned a monster and attacked me for game, but you live and you learn. Pharaonic Guardian is probably one of the craziest sets when it comes to sealed play. Not only is this set just full of meta-defining cards, but the majority of them are low rarity. For example, as far as like staples go, stuff like Metamorphosis, Book of Moon, Terraforming, Trap Dust Shoot, Needle Sealing, Raigeki Break, and even stuff like Reckless Greed all come in at a very low rarity of rare and common. Basically, half the cards I just listed have been touched on the ban list in some shape or form in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't think there's a reason to explain why being able to get access to these cards easily is gonna be insane for us. Not only do you get these awesome staple cards in the lower rarity slot, but 2 deck types get introduced in this set, and again, pretty low rarity. One of my favorite decks, Zombies, make its debut just with really generic zombie support like Pyramid Turtle and Book of Life. Pyramid Turtle just being a better Mystic Tomato for zombies, and Book of Life essentially being a zombie-specific Monster Reborn / DD Crow. Not only that, but zombies also bring us one of the most meta-defining monsters of this time period, Spirit Reaper. A monster that can't be destroyed by battle, and if ever it inflicts battle damage, you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand, is honestly pretty crazy right now. Now, while Spirit Reaper is meta-defining right now, the other zombie stuff really doesn't shine until later in future sets. But one archetype that really shines is Gravekeepers. Again, coming in at common rarity, Gravekeeper Spy and Gravekeeper Guard make its debut alongside Necro Valley, the most erotic card in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I don't know how many times that card has had its text redid, but I know there were so many regionals where I'd show up and I'd have to confirm with the judge, hey, what the heck does this card do this event? The archetype right now isn't anything crazy, but just a simple 2 Spy 1 Guard or 3 Spy 1 Guard engine is so splashable in pretty much any deck right now. Again, it's all super low rarity, so it would not shock me to see at least one of us on this engine. Now, there are some good cards in the upper rarity as well. Don Zalug makes its debut, which is similar to Spirit Reaper, where if it does battle damage, you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand. In addition, cards like Lava Golem make its debut, and the infamous Ring of Destruction, especially right now being pre-errata Ring of Destruction. I don't know if it'll ever come up for one of us, but burning your opponent for game is pretty unfair. Again, this set has so many insane cards we can pull, and I really don't think it's a question of whether or not we're going to open good this week, but really the question is how good we're going to open this week. I am super excited to start cracking open this set. There are so many things I hope to get my hands on. Ricardo is 1 loss away from this series' first hat trick, 3 in a row. This isn't the first time I've had this chance, so I'm crossing my fingers and I hope to get it done this week. Now, before we open this amazing set, we're going to jump over to the wheels. Ricardo's got his to spin, I got mine, and after that, we'll start cracking this open. Now first, before we get started, as always, please go grab yourself a cup of coffee or something. That way you can sit down and tune in. Thanks, guys.
Well, guys, unfortunately, I'm back in the loser circle this week. And you know, I thought I had a pretty good strategy going in last week, but Justin's deck basically existed to counter everything I did. By this point, he obviously knew to plan for the burn strategy, but what caught me off guard was that hand hate just didn't work against him. You know, I got Yada off successfully, but he Pot of Greeted, Graceful Chariot, and Thunder Dragoned his way through it with zero problem. I thought I could slow the game down with cards like that, but really, his deck was just made to go fast. There's a lot that I'm going to have to reconsider this week. I think I'm going to have to go look over every card I have and every card I pulled this week and just figure out something new, because the old stuff isn't working for me, and in the case of Burn, it finally caught up to me. So we're going to have to re-examine everything going into this next duel over here. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and spin the Legacy of Darkness wheel, and I'm hoping for a super. The card I want more than anything is a super, but I can deal with an ultra. So here's where we're at, guys. There's 2 cards on this list here that stick out to me more than anything. So we've got Creature Swap, which we know Justin has, and we've got the Air Knight Parseth. Both of them are really great for obvious reasons. I guess the question is, when can I see them again? We won't be seeing him again until Lost Sanctuary, if I manage to pull that. And I know Creature Swap gets a couple of reprints. I think putting Justin in a situation where he's not safe either way is the best way to go forward. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Air Knight Parshaft.
Oh yeah, we're back at the winner's wheel. As if Destiny had any other plans, today's the day Ricardo gets his 3rd loss in a row. Honestly, with how crazy my deck has gotten, I don't know what he's going to do. I actually have back row removal, I have draw power, I have power cards of my own. While Ricardo can still try to burn me to death, I just feel like I have a lot of answers now going forward. And while it's a little scary that thinking about next episode, Ricardo will be able to add a Graceful Charity to his deck, or I guess I could see him doubling up on Joey, but I don't know, man. I just feel like he'd probably go for Graceful Charity, but I guess we'll cross that road next week after I win this week. I'm super excited for this next set. There are just so many cards in every rarity that I just want to get my hands on. So I'm going to zip through this wheel real quick because honestly, any one of these cards at any rarity would be great for the collection. I just want to open the next set. Okay, looks like super rare. Totally fine. Alright, so Legacy of Darkness, super rare. There's a couple fusions that are actually viable. Honestly, this set had a lot of really good fusions at super rare with Balter the Terrible, Ryu Senshi, and Fiend Skull Dragon. And I kind of want to grab one of them, honestly, but I just feel like that would be me banking on getting something like Metamorphosis or Magical Scientist. But I don't know, because, okay, if I were to get something else, the other cards that kind of catch my eye would be stuff like Drop Off, Azura Priest, Twin-Headed Behemoth, Exiled Force, and of course, Reinforcement of the Army. Rhoda is very tempting to grab because it just searches a lot of monsters over the history of the game, so that's... I feel like that's what I should grab, but Ricardo having Scapegoat makes me feel like I should get Azura Priest, just in case. Plus, it's a light. You know what? I'm going to lock it in. I feel like this is the correct choice, even though Rhoda on paper is a better card. Azura Priest helps play through Scapegoats. It plays through Ricardo's floaters, so I can attack over Tomato, and then he'll get the Sangin, and then I can attack the Sangin, and he'll search. As long as I don't run into Jar or Maneater Bug or something like that, then this card could be pretty good. And on top of that, it's a light, so in the future with Chaos cards, it could be pretty relevant. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Azura Priest is my card. Maybe I should have grabbed Rhoda, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm going with Azura Priest.
Alright guys, Pharaonic Guardian is a pretty insane set. There's a ton of amazing power traps. The monsters are pretty insane too. You have Spirit Reaper, you have Lava Golem. The Gravekeepers are all introduced in this set. There's a ton of great zombie support. It's a ridiculous set. Ring of Destruction is in here as well. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Let's just open it and see what we get here. So pack number 1, I got my first Pyramid Turtle. Not much else here. Pack 2, our first Gravekeeper Spy. We've got some Dark Scorpions going on here. Ordeal of Traveler, if I want to play King Tiger, amazing card. Pack 4, Spirit Reaper, the one card I've wanted more than anything from this set. We've got my second Gravekeeper Spy here.
All right, finally, we're here opening 24 packs of Pharaonic Guardian. This set honestly has so many good cards in it. There's the books, zombies, Gravekeepers, Ring of Destruction, even cards like Raigeki Break, Trap Dust Shoot, Reckless Greed. Honestly, the list goes on. There's even cards like Terraforming. This set's crazy, and I'm really looking forward to cracking this open. It's going to be hard to get everything I want on this list, because honestly, half the card pool in it I want. But hopefully, whatever I do get, it's just something that's going to be cohesive. My deck already feels pretty insane, so it's going to take a lot to want to change it up. But I definitely have my eyes on a handful of cards. Primarily, Book of Moon. Book of Moon is insane. In my opinion, it is probably one of the best -1s to have ever graced this game. It's honestly my favorite quick play spell next to like My Body as a Shield. That card's actually really insane also. But Book of Moon is obviously the way better card. Hopefully, we can stack up on all the commons that we want, all the rares, and all the foils that fall after. We'll see. I'm just excited to start opening this. 24 packs of Pharaonic Guardian. My fingers are crossed. Here we go, Ricardo. Pack 1. All right, starting out super solid. Okay, I know they're just commons, but we got a Gravekeeper Spy, Gravekeeper's Guard, and Terraforming. That is one pack of beautifulness. If I can hit one more Spy, I'll be super happy. 2, I think, is the perfect number. 3, I mean, I'd be happy to hit 3, but I'm totally content with 2. Terraforming, this card's going to be amazing in the future, so stacking up on it now would be awesome to have. Next pack. Oh, yes. This pack's crazy, too. Okay, the ultra rare sucks. I don't care about that. But all the low rarity stuff is just amazing. Dark Dust Spirit is a pretty cool single tribute. It's basically a dark hole, so I might play that. We'll see. But Raigeki Break, Trap Dust Root, and the legendary Book of Moon added to the collection. All 3 of those cards are on my want list. It's so funny. So many low rarity stuff is just broken in this set. And that's why I love this set. There's just so many good cards in it. And I have a feeling most packs I open are going to have at least one good common card in there for me. So, man, hitting 4 cards in one pack, I don't think I've done that in this series yet. And that's with a crummy ultra rare to back it up. All right, pack 3, again, more good common cards. Needle Sealing, which I'm sure many of you know in modern formats, is just another torrential tribute that's pretty good. In addition, we have the second Gravekeeper's Guard and Royal Tribute. This card is pretty crazy, honestly. We'll see if we go that route, but man, ripping Ricardo's hands to pieces would be pretty funny. All right, this is 4 packs in a row. Again, nothing too crazy, but 2 solid common cards. You got Metamorphosis. Whether or not I play it, I don't know. And Ordeal of the Traveler is a hilarious card. I don't know if I'm going to play it, but this card could potentially stall a lot of games. But I think since we're playing with starter decks and having all these staple cards, a card like this just isn't going to be good enough in our format, in my opinion, just because I feel like we'll be able to deal with this card, whether it's Mystical Space Typhoon or Jinzo or you name it. But it's definitely something I'll keep my eye on.
Pack 5. Nothing too great here. Pack 6. I've got my first Raigeki Break, Let Us Pray for More, a Dark Dust Spirit, that one shitty rare. Alright, now here I got a Time Eater, which could be interesting. Alright, so I got a Reasoning, which is pretty great. Nothing else really though. Alright, Metamorphosis and Trap Dust Shoot, both insane cards.
Okay, another cool pack. King Tiger Wangu. This card is pretty cool, but the MVP of this pack is Reasoning. I would love to get a playset of these. This card is pretty insane, honestly. Okay, second Spy, second Sealing, second Tiger Wangu, and Kabazals. Any of you Dino Rabbit players out there who know about this card is MVP, of course. Kabazals, or as a lot of people like to call it, Caboozles, is an awesome card for a Dino Rabbit deck. Don't think we'll ever play that, but it's cool to see that this is the set it came from. So second Caboozles, or Kabazals, but and then the second Fusho Richie. That's kind of cringy, man. That could have been so many other cards. Whatever. All right, I think that's my second Trap Dust Shoot. It might have been my third, but I think it's at least my second. And there's Gravekeeper Spy again. I think that's my 4th copy, so I'm loaded up on that, honestly. I don't need any more. Ooh. I almost clicked on the next pack, and I didn't realize I just hit Mirage of Nightmare. Oh, God. Okay, this card is, for lack of better word, broken. This card is... It's so weird, because right now, I don't know how much I can abuse it, especially since I only have 1 MST. But man, this card's pretty insane.
Alright, another Raigeki Break, another Reasoning, and another Terraforming. We're now over the halfway point. A second Pyramid Turtle, another Reasoning, Another King Tiger. Pack 15 over here. Gora Turtle, adorable by the way. Pack 16, Reckless Greed, which is pretty great. Needle Wall, which is fantastic. Pack 17, I've got another Book of Taiyu, another Reasoning. Another Spirit Reaper. Okay, I could work with that. A Fusion Richie.
Okay, there's a cool card at Nudoria. That's my third Dark Dust Spirit and my third Trap Dust Shoot. And I think that's only my second Royal Tribute. I'm a little past the halfway point, but yeah, solid cards. Still looking for Spirit Reaper. I'd also like more Book of Moon. We'll see what we get. All right, another Raigeki break. Cool. I've seen Spy a lot. Oh, that's a pretty cool ultra rare. Donzalug. Now I kind of wish I grabbed the Rhoda. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of a bummer. I just honestly didn't expect myself to pull this, but for sure there's the third Royal Tribute. Donzalug's pretty cool. It's basically a beefy Spirit Reaper, just rips cards out of my opponent's hand. We might be playing that for hand control.
Okay, we're down to the last 4 packs here. Book of Moon. Another Gravekeeper Spy. Another Needle Sealing. I believe that's my third Pyramid Turtle. Metamorphosis. So far, so good. We got 2 packs left here. Did I pull a single Ultra? Well, I pulled a second Book of Moon. Let's check this out. In terms of vanilla monsters, nothing great. I got 3 Time Eaters. I got a bunch of Axe Mummies, 2 King Tigers, which is really great going forward. I got a playset of Gravekeeper Spy and a playset of Pyramid Turtles. 2 Spirit Reapers, a ton of spell cards, most of which are useless, but we got 2 Metamorphoses, 3 Reasonings, a Terraforming, 2 Book of Moons. How many Raigeki breaks? 2 Raigeki breaks, 3 Needle Sealings, and 1 Needle Wall. Unfortunately, no Trap Dust Shoots. No, wait, 1 Trap Dust Shoot. I'm blind. And a Reckless Greed. Yeah, I think I know what direction I gotta go in here. I've got the zombies. I've got a lot of nice disruption now with stuff like the Book of Moons. The Metamorphosis is really interesting. I need to look at my fusion deck pools. I think we're going to turn things around this time, guys. I know I say that every week, but I think if I place my faith in zombies, I think this is our week. So it's time to start building.
All right, coming up on pack 20, we've got a few left. There's still a couple rares I'm hoping to hit. Ooh, that's crazy. Ring of Destruction. This opening's been pretty crazy. I mean, there's just so many good cards in this set. It's hard to, like, open packs and get disappointed. Like, there's my third Royal Tribute. I believe that's my third Reasoning. And, man, Ring of Destruction, I think is just, like, one of the best cards I could have pulled, to be honest. Wow, that's crazy. 4 more packs. Okay, this is hilarious. Sasuke Samurai is, again, another warrior, which, again, I wish I grabbed the Rhoda, but he's pretty cool because when he attacks a face-down monster, it automatically destroys it. So this outs Jar, Tomato, Maneater Bug, you name it. This thing is super solid. That might find the main deck. Oh, that's a third Raigeki break. That's pretty cool. And a second Metamorphosis. Pretty cool. Only a couple packs left. Still no Spirit Reaper. All right, last pack. Give me a Spirit Reaper. Damn. All right. Honestly, this has been a pretty good opening. Like, I got pretty much most of the commons I wanted, and I got a few of the rares. I only got 1 Book of Moon, which is kind of a bummer. I wanted more. And as far as high rarity stuff, I don't know. There's just, like, some really good and some really bad. But honestly, like, outside of not hitting Spirit Reaper, I think I pretty much hit every rare and common card that I wanted out of this set. Even though I only got the 1 Terraforming in my first pack, I still think this is a super solid opening. I can honestly go go so many different routes. The Ring of Destruction, insane. Multiple Raigeki breaks, that's crazy, especially because I'm lacking in back row removal. I think this is an instant 2 of, maybe even a 3 of. We don't have Sinister Serpent, but I do have the Thunder Dragons as discard fodder, so I don't know. We'll see what I come up with, but I'm super excited, especially, man, I keep looking. Look, got my playset of Spies, got some Needle Ceilings, and I don't know. There's just so much going on with this. Trap Dust Shoots, Reasonings, Ring of Destruction, Dark Dust Spirit, Sasuke Samurais, and even Mirage of Nightmare in there. Man, I don't think I could fit all this stuff, but this is getting crazy. I don't know what else I could have asked for in this set, honestly, outside of like another book or Spirit Reaper. Those are the only 2 cards that I wish I would have pulled. All right, I'm going to need to wrap my brain around this, honestly. This is a lot to add to my card pool. So we'll see what I come up with this episode. I'm going to guess Ricardo has similar luck to me because there's just so many good commons and rares in this set. So I would imagine he comes forward with Spies or Book of Moons or something of that nature. I'll see you guys in deck building. Peace.
All right, guys. So the deck this week is a little controversial because I'm playing in 44 cards aside from the standard 40. I know it might be a little weird, but I figure the deck is fast enough to where I can justify it, along with the Giant Rats, the Pyramid Turtles, and of course Last Will and the Cyber Jar. I think I can get through the deck fast enough to justify it. So once again, Ace Monsters, Summon Skull, and Jinzo. Right now, I just feel like those are my best bets going forward in terms of pure powerhouses. I'd like something a little stronger to compete with some of Justin's level 4s, but right now, I think this is still the way to go. We've got Gemini Elf returning as the strongest level 4 monster in the game. We have Witch of the Black Forest, still the GOAT. Then we got the Giant Rats. We're running both of mine because they bring out Pyramid Turtle. Pyramid Turtle is going to be my biggest stall card here because it's going to bring out the new defensive MVP of the deck, the Spirit Reaper duo. On top of that, we're bringing in Gravekeeper's Garden to the main deck. It's essentially just a stronger Hane. Cyber Jar's returning like always, Sangan. We're adding 2 Jowls of Dark Demise because the change control effect is just pretty great. There's no way that it doesn't save me at least once. And in the right time, it could probably win game, especially if Justin's still afraid of all my flip effect monsters. We got the 1-man bug. The Hanes are out because 1, I got the guard, and 2, I'm bringing in Penguin Soldier. Didn't play it last week just because I wanted to see if the Hanes were still going to pull their weight, but at this point, I think the Penguin Soldier is just the better option. Of course, the 2 Spirit Reapers, they're going to be my defensive linemen and my bait for cards like Raigeki Break on Justin's end. We got the 2 Magician of Faith courtesy of Starter Deck Joey. Spell lineup is largely the same, except now we're adding Scapegoat. We got 2 Book of Moons because it's insane and it gets over Fairy Lily. We've got the 1 Metamorphosis. I don't have enough targets to justify more than 1 right now. 2 Solemn Judgments, Mirror Force, 2 Needle Ceilings have been added because Justin runs Torrential. I needed an alternative to that. We got 2 Raigeki Breaks, absolutely insane card. 1 Trap Dust Shoot, again, insane card. Call the Hans returning, and we've added the 2 negation cards with Stardeck Joey, 7 Tools, and Magic Jammer. Side deck, we've got 2 King Tigers, great little card right here. We got Gravekeeper's Guard, second one just in case I want to add more hand disruption kind of effects. We got 3 Gatekeeper Spies because 1, 2K Defender, 2, it searches either another 2K Defender or worst case scenario, another guard. We've got the MVP of the defensive lineup in the side deck just because it's not doing as much. If I feel like I need it, it can go back in. We've got 2 Trap Holes in the side deck. The deck is just really stacked right now. It's hard to justify having them in, but Raigeki Break to me makes up for it. We got the 1 Spellbinding Circle. We've added Reasoning to the side deck just in case I feel like I need to thin it out a little faster. We got the double Hanes just in case. Air Knight Parasath, which I got off the wheel. And we got Morphine Jar number 2 to finish things off for the side deck. Moving on to the extra deck, we have Charabin, the Fire Knight, who made it in because he's a metamorphosis target for Sangan. Carbanola Warrior, because it's a target for Witch of the Black Forest. Dark Balter, target for Airshaft. And Flame Swordsman, again, a target for Airshaft. But, I mean, I would just go Dark Balter. He's really just here because Starter Deck Joey shout out. So that's the deck for the week. Let's see how it goes.
All right, guys, so there were a bunch of insane cards that I pulled this set, and of all those cards, this is the list I came up with. Now, Upstart's gone, and the deck is at 41 cards, so I probably could build this a little more optimally, but with all the new insane cards added to our card pool, this was the best I could do in the time frame that I had. A lot of this stuff probably looks familiar to you, but we've made some key changes that I think takes this deck to to the next level. I'm going to zip through the card by card real quick and kind of explain what the heck I'm thinking this episode, and then when it's all said and done, I'm going to hit up Ricardo and we're going to hash it out. So for the first monster, of course, Jinzo, just a mainstay staple of the format, pretty much has warped the format since its release. After that, I am playing one more single tribute monster. Dark Dust Spirit has now made the main deck. He is a spirit monster, so when you tribute summon him, he is going to come back to your hand at the end phase, so it's kind of a minus, but his effect is pretty insane. For those of you who don't know what he does, basically on summon you can destroy all face-up monsters on the field, excluding himself. It isn't searchable by which, but if I do happen to draw it, it is an out to Jinzo, and in addition, Ricardo loves filling up his board with a bunch of floaters like Tomato and Giant Rat, so being able to summon this and have another Raigeki or Dark Hole essentially makes for a very powerful card. After that, we are still on the 3 Thunder Dragons. I did draw 2 last episode, but honestly, it really didn't hinder me that much. The deck performed outstanding last week, and I'm hoping to grow upon last week's build. I think Ricardo's in a position where he really needs to make the changes if he does not want to lose 3 times in a row. After that, I am on 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Spy and 1 Gravekeeper's Guard. To me, Guard's a little underwhelming, but it's just a good tech option to summon off of Spy. But the main reason I went 3 copies of Spy is because Ricardo has been very passive these last few games, just setting all his jar monsters, setting his floaters. And honestly, if I go first turn set Spy, unless he uses a power spell, the only way he's running over this is if he plays something like Zombira or any of the other beaters in the meta right now. Now, not only do I think Ricardo's going to struggle getting over this monster, but being able to keep bodies on the board and having him blindly attack into my set monsters is going to be pretty hilarious. After that, we are still on the Magician of Faith, obviously, just to recycle all these broken spell cards. The 1 Witch and the 1 Sangin to search everything in the deck. Mystic Tomato to get into the searchers, and now in case you haven't noticed, I've cut Maneater Bug and instead went with Nidoria. The main reason is because both of them serve the same purpose where they can help out a monster on the board, but a card like this lets me be a little more proactive to where if I have this or if I have Tomato, I can essentially crash it or Tomato into whatever's in my way, bring out Nidoria and then crash the Nidoria and then pop whatever problem monster is on the field. In addition, if Ricardo's trying to go for game, being able to float into this off of Tomato will be pretty insane as well. After that, we are still on the Injection Fairy Lily and the Yatagarasu. Lily really overperformed last week. Ricardo really didn't have an answer unless he drew one of his power spells, so just having this in the deck to search off a Sangin and Witch is definitely a perk that I'm going to take advantage of. Of course, Yatagarasu. I honestly believe that last episode we didn't really get to showcase the power of Yata. Ricardo did get its effect off, but in the end it really wasn't too relevant in the game state that we were in at the time. Hopefully this week we can kind of show what this card can really do. After that, we are on Azura Priest, just to get over stuff like Scapegoats or any of the floaters, just being a multi-attacker. A 17 beater, not too bad to be honest. And then I'm still on double Zombira. I actually went from 2 Elf, 1 Zombira, just to 2 Zombira, just for the fact that I have a strong hunch that Ricardo is going to be on Gravekeeper Spy. Now, Zombira does run over Spy, but he does lower himself to 1900 after killing it, so essentially if he brings out another Spy, Zombira will no longer be able to attack over it. But just having this monster makes it to where I know I can attack into set monsters confidently, knowing I'm not going to get punished unless it's something like a jar. That's it for the monsters. The spells, we have the Pot of Greed and the Graceful Charity. Last game we saw how insane it is to draw one after the other. We'll see if my luck continues, but yeah, these draw cards are pretty insane. And to add to the draw power, we have Mirage of Nightmare. This card is pretty crazy. In case you don't know what it does, on your opponent's turn, draw until you have 4 cards. Then at the start of your turn, you have to discard cards randomly up to the number that you drew during your opponent's turn. But the reason it's so insane is when you combo it with something like Mystical Space Typhoon or the newly acquired Raigeki Break, then essentially you can pop the Nightmare after you've drawn your cards and not have to face the negative downside of discarding the cards you just drew. We'll see if I can pull it off. It's an insane draw card that, in my opinion, can honestly be more abused than Graceful Charity, but Graceful Charity is technically a little more generic. After that, we're on the hand control stuff still, Delinquent Duo, and Confiscation. Then the staple stuff, Raigeki, Dark Hole, Knock, the new Book of Moon. I wish I pulled more, but I'm glad I at least have the one. Book of Moon, one of my favorite quick play spells ever. The best -1 to ever bless this game. This card is so versatile for what it can do, being offensive and defensive, and it's a spell card, so Jinzo can't stop it. After that, we have, of course, Mystical Space Typhoon, Change of Heart, Snatch Steal, and we are still on Creature Swap just because I'm on 3 Spirit Monsters and 3 Gravekeeper Spy. Whether it's a Spirit Monster, a Floater, or a Dead Spy, I think this card can be very easy to abuse if used correctly. Now after that, the last spells, Monster Reborn and Premature Burial. No explanation really needed on these cards. Onto the traps, we have the new Raigeki Break. I only put 2 in the main deck. I opted to put the 3rd in the side just because I felt drawing multiples of this card could be a little awkward. But honestly, for what this card can do, especially paired with Thunder Dragon, this card is so versatile, so I'm super glad I get to add it to the collection. And having 2 in the main, I feel, is going to be super clutch. Now, after that, our pulls were blessed with Ring of Destruction. This is pre-errata. I don't know if I'm going to burn him for game this episode with it, but I'm definitely going to try to if the opportunity presents itself. After that, just the stable one-ups that I've always ran: Torrential Tribute, Imperial Order, Solemn Judgment, and Call of the Haunted. Going to the side, I have 2 Gemini Elf just in case I feel like I need more beaters if Ricardo takes more of a beatdown strategy. I only have 1 Man-Eater Bug, just again another searchable out to monsters. I also have the Sasuke Samurai. I'm very glad I pulled this card. In theory, this card's pretty good. It answers pretty much every problem card that Ricardo could throw at me. The only problem is it's really tiny and I didn't pull Rhoda, so I could definitely see there being times where it just sits in my hand. But in the side deck for now, we'll see if I get to play it. Who knows, maybe it'll prove itself this episode. After that, I still have the Double D-Spell and the Spiritualism, again, just for Ricardo's back row. After that, Tribute to the Doom and Swords of Revealing Light, just again, good spells to side into. And after that, the trap lineup has made a pretty good change. The 3rd Raigeki Break, which I mentioned, and 3 Trap Dust Shoot. Honestly, I could merit this card being in the main, but with how many broken cards I already have, I decided to put it in the side for now, just for any time I go first, because let's be real, honestly, anytime I go first, this is going to be an automatic side in at 3. After that, the Magic Jammer and the 7 tools just to negate stuff. I don't know if I'm going to put them in or not, but they proved themselves last episode, so we'll see how it goes. Once again, the extra deck is irrelevant, but all in all, I hope Ricardo's prepared this week, because if not, your boy's getting away with the hat trick. I really want to be the first one to put the nail in the coffin. Even though Ricardo will get another starter deck next week, it's all worth it. Alright guys, it's time to duel. What's up, Ricardo? We're back again. Another episode. How you been, man?
Pretty good. You know, interesting pulls this week, so I'm going to try to avoid the hat trick once again.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, honestly, all week. I'm like, you know what? I'm back in the driver's seat. I have the chance to take the hat trick again. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty confident. The cool thing about this set, I don't know what your experience was with the opening, but there's just so many cards in like common and rare that are super good. Like you could probably go the whole opening without pulling a single foil and be content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of power cards in here. Stuff that has no right being common. Stuff that when I look back, I don't understand how I didn't pull any of it. Like, as a kid, I never pulled a single Raigeki Break. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? That's a common. How did I not pull this?
Right? Like, I remember, too, back in the day, like, when I was a kid, I had a box just full of random cards. And I remember a lot of these cards in my box. And I didn't realize how good they were, honestly. I mean, I was a kid, but just opening this set now on the computer and, like, hitting all these cards, I'm like, whoa, this pack's insane. And I'm like, well, honestly, the foil was crap. But, like, I just got 4 super solid common cards. And then I go to the next pack. I'm like, wow, 2 super solid common cards. 2 super solid common cards. It's just, like, over and over and over. Every pack, I would honestly say every pack except for, like, maybe 5 packs had, like, nothing in it. Every pack had at least 1 card for me in it. And I thought that was really awesome about this pack. It gets me super excited.
Yeah. It was a nice change of pace from previous packs where it's like, okay, this common set's pretty garbage. Let's hope I get a good rare. This one just felt like, all right, no matter what happens here, I'm going to get something good.
Right. And I really liked it. There were a couple cards that I didn't hit that I wish I had hit. But all in all, like, with the card pool that I got from this set, I just feel like, I don't know. I can't complain, honestly. I don't know. I'm just excited to play, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Let's do this rock, paper, scissors.
Gotta place my faith in this one right here.
Yeah, baby.
No,
Let's
not
go.
off to a good start.
All right, I'm going to be starting first. 44 cards.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. As you can see, I'm at 41. I had the hardest time finding a card to cut. There was maybe 2 cards I could cut. There's just so much good stuff. I'm happy I got it to 41, but I see you're at 44, so you're probably going through the same thing as I am.
I got to where I was like, all right, I got 4 cards to cut. I've already cut a good bunch of them. I can't do any more.
Oh, man. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to start off by activating Thunder Dragon's effect again.
Yep.
Really glad I get to use this. This is pretty cool. Just a solid +1. Okay, I know that was pretty broken, but all I'm gonna do after that is a humble tea set and pass.
All right.
Your turn.
Here we go. Opening draw. Standby main.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and copy you with the classic tea set,
Nice.
and then I'll pass on that.
All right. Starting turn. I think I'm just gonna set a card and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right. Standby main.
All good. All good.
All right. Pretty thrilling game here with this set pass exchange.
Oh yeah. All right. Starting turn. Well, we're going to keep the game very interesting and pass turn.
Oh, okay. Damn, you're not going to believe it, but set and pass.
All right, stand by and main phase 1.
Yeah.
This is getting pretty insane, bro. Not going to lie. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set one more, and I'm going to pass the turn again.
All right.
Going to set more monsters and more back row?
No. I'm going to go ahead
Yu-Gi-Oh!
and
Now.
take the offensive here and flip summon Giant Rat.
Let's see. Thinking on flip summon. Yeah, that's good.
All right. And I will go to battle phase.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what your face down is.
All right, and the monster I've been sitting on here is Gravekeeper
Ooh.
Spy. And
So
I'm going to
that'll
use
be
the effect.
600.
And I'm going to grab another Spy.
Yeah. Gravekeeper Spy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pass turn.
All right, starting turn. All right, that's a good top deck. All right, I'm going to start off with Graceful Charity.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, drawing 3. All right, discarding 2. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to discard here. This is pretty interesting. You have to have some kind of Sangan set or maybe Witch, but since you've been sitting on those for a while, I almost feel like maybe one of those is a Spy as well. Let's find out. I'm going to activate Raigeki.
I'm going to go ahead and pay half my life points to activate Solemn Judgment.
Sounds good.
So that'll be 37.
Yes, sir. Let's see. How do I
Oh, that is a hefty cost.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tribute summon for Dark Dust Spirit.
Yeah.
And I'll use the effect to destroy the monsters.
Disgusting.
All right.
I wanted to play it myself, but I was like, I can't risk tributes like that. Not
Yeah,
for a
it's
spirit
weird because
monster.
it's really powerful, right? Because it's almost like a board wipe, but again, it does go back to your hand. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. All right, so I'm gonna go to the battle phase, and I'm gonna attack this one right here.
All right, so that is my Jaws of Dark Demise, which normally would be pretty cool and give me control your monster, but since it's a spirit monster, it doesn't really matter.
That's Very true. Honestly, I'm just going to end the turn. And I'll,
Alright. So
take
let's
my
go back
monster
to your
back.
hand. And here we go, the opening draw. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and set one monster. And then I'm going to set 2 back row. And I'm going to go ahead and end on that.
Okay. Starting turn. So I think what I'm going to do here is I am going to activate the spell card Darkhold.
Yeah, that is good. Gotta send my
not
guard
a second solemn judgment,
and
huh?
my soldier to the grave.
Oh, the penguin. Nice. I was wondering when I was going to see this. Okay. Then after that, I am going to pay 8 to feel great.
Yeah.
And I'm going to summon my boss monster,
Ooh, okay.
Thunder Dragon.
Yeah.
And I want to poke.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate the long-awaited Scapegoat.
Yeah, Scapegoat's good, man. I will attack one of the tokens.
Yeah.
Main phase 2, I'm going to set one more and pass the turn. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Alright, Heart of the Cards. It's up to you. Set and pass, baby.
All right. In the end phase, I'm going to activate Raigeki
Ooh.
Break. And with this, I am going to discard my Mystical Space Typhoon.
Mhm.
And I am going to destroy your set card.
Well, I might as well just go ahead and activate it.
All right. We'll set this, and the Prem falls off as well. And these go to the grave. All right, starting turn. And I am going to start the turn with Change of Heart, and we're going to target your set.
Hope you enjoy it.
Let's see, what do we got? Okay, Witch of the Black Forest. All right, I will take that. Okay, let's see here. All right, well, I hope you have Karibo in your deck that you can search. I'm going to tribute it to summon Dark Death Spirit.
Ooh.
And blow up all the tokens.
I will get my search. Just go with the boy.
Oh, Jinzo. All right. Then we're going to flip summon the Thunder Dragon and enter the battle phase.
That'll be game 1.
Yep, 38.
Ugh.
It's funny. There's a card in my hand that I've been wanting to activate, but I guess I'll save it for later. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
All right, so I'm going to have to take first here.
Game 2, bud.
Hand. All right. Opening draw.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and set one monster, and I will set 2 back row.
All right. My turn?
Pass turn. Yeah.
Stand by main.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? You copied me last duel, so I'll do the same. I will set one monster, and I'll set 2 back row.
Yeah.
Pass and turn.
Here we go. Opening draw here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and flip summon Giant Rat once more.
All right. He's a giant.
Battle phase. Let's see what this face down is.
And
Will it be
this monster,
the spy again?
That it is. That it is. All right, we're going to use the effect, and this time I am going to summon... Yeah, we're just going to go another spy.
All right. Main phase 2. I will set one monster and pass.
All right. Starting turn. All right, I'm going to activate Raigeki.
Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Oh, wow. Okay. No solemn judgment. Oh, the penguin again. All right.
Damn.
Next, I am going to normal summon Yatagarasu.
Ooh, okay.
Is the
I'm
summon
going to have
good?
to activate Book of Moon on Yata.
Ooh, Book of Moon. That's crazy. Thinking. So, if you have Book of Moon, What could that be? I feel like if it's anything, it has to be Solemn Judgment, right? It's tough. Well, let's see what it is. I'll activate Imperial Order.
Lucky me here.
Ooh, the MST. Okay.
Whew.
Chain resolves. That was crazy. All right. Well, I am going to change these two to attack now that there's no Mirror Force, and we're going to go to the battle, and we'll poke you for 24.
Yeah, 24.
And then main phase 2, I'm going to pay 1,000 life points to look at that hand.
Damn.
Show me that Raigeki. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so let me see here. Let me look at your grade real quick. MST, Book of Moon. All right, can I see your hand again? Just get it back with faith. You're not playing without Last Will. This is interesting, actually, because I feel like you need to top deck a monster to out my Yada. Hypothetically, if you don't, you could just set the faith. This is going to be a little weird. I'm actually going to hit Giant Trunade.
Okay.
I know that sounds probably pretty crazy. And then in main phase 2, I'm going to set another back row and end the turn.
Okay. Here we go. This one's tough.
Got me on the edge of my seat, man. What do you got?
I gotta go for this play. It's not the one I want, but I will normal summon the Magician of Faith.
How funny. Okay, yeah, summon's good.
We're going to battle phase.
Yep.
Oh, this one hurts. Magician of Faith, attack a Graveskeeper Spy.
Ooh, you're attacking the spy and not the Yada. All right. Well, on attack declaration, I have a response. This kind of feels bad. Honestly, if I had to guess, maybe you're trying to like slow roll into like a Sangan or a Witch to maybe hit like a jar or something. Because I feel like if you had a jar already, you would have just said it. But I'm going to chain Book of Moon to the attack declaration to set your Magician of Faith.
Damn.
Very happy to pull a book, I'm not going to lie. It's probably like the one card at the beginning. I was like, even if I pull nothing, the one card I want to see is Book of Moon. All for right. Sure.
Then I'm going to have to go to main phase 2 and set 1 and pass.
All right, starting the turn. Oh, baby, that's crazy.
I don't like that.
Oh, man. What can that be? A Solemn Judgment, maybe? Okay, let me think here. Going for it. Activate Creature Swap.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to give you my spy. Flip summon the bird. All right. Gonna crash.
Ugh.
And then Yada will poke.
Damn it. Yeah, that is good.
Oh, baby. All right. End phase. The bird goes back to the hand, and you don't get to draw.
All right. Ugh. I gotta pass.
I think that's it, right?
You're gonna have to hit me 27 times.
That is true. Luckily, I have the deck to do that right now. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Main phase 1, and we're gonna normal summon Yadagrasu.
It is good.
And we're gonna poke for 2.
Yep. Oh God.
And then in the end phase, back to hand, and end the turn.
This game. We gotta pass.
All right, starting turn. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and activate it. Graceful Chariot. You're gonna draw 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Honestly, I'm just trying to end this game and try to get as much damage as possible. I'm gonna discard this card, even though. So this was the card I was gonna activate last game, but I was already so far ahead that I didn't get to. And here we are again. My new draw card, Mirage of Nightmare. Ooh. That was probably the craziest hit. And it's funny because when in my pack opening, I opened it and I almost moved on to the next pack without even seeing it. And I'm like, oh, wait. What the? And then the last card that I'm going to discard is Sangan. All right, just to speed things up, I am going to activate Monster Reborn.
Yeah.
And we'll bring out Sangan, and this should pretty much be it. Just gonna. I could just be doing this for the rest of the game.
It might be that way, but I'm going to have to sit here and suffer through it.
All right, we're just gonna keep poking.
Yeah.
Why not?
Disgusting. Ugh.
Oh man. And this is what you call fun and interactive Yu-Gi-Oh! At its best. Performing the full Yada lock for the first time in the progression series.
You know,
sorry, bud.
You fucked me up because you set this fucker and ruined my one shot at coming back.
Oh no, that is crazy. So then you were just waiting for it to return to my hand. How funny, man. Oh.
Well, the hat trick happened.
That's super funny because even now I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even thinking about Trap Does Shoot. I was just trying to wrap my head about what it could be, and honestly, if ever I let it hit 4 cards in my hand, you couldn't have done it at the start of my turn?
No, there's never a point where you had 4.
At the start of my turn, I had 4 just now.
I only had 1,000 life points.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, in all honesty, I did have a Solemn Judgment set too, so yeah, it didn't really matter, but oh man, that's crazy. I don't know why I wasn't even thinking about that card. You could have. In theory, if I let it hit 4 cards in my hand, you would have been fine. That's crazy.
You literally set the Solemn that would have let me use this and survive the last turn.
How's it feel, bud?
Feels like I lost in the lamest fashion possible.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Like, on paper, I think my deck is pretty decent, but you kept hitting me with like Dark Hole and the Dust Spirit, so I was never able to resolve Giant Rat. Meaning I was never able to summon Pyramid Turtle.
Dang. Spirit.
I never drew into the Metamorphosis.
Dang, what are you using meta with?
The boys. The hometown crew.
Oh, okay, just to get the free search? That's funny. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, my first pack, I hit 4 cards. Like,
and then I got double Needle Ceilings, double Raigeki Breaks.
Nice.
But they never saw play.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, coming into this, I told myself Ricardo's going to take one of 2 routes. Well, one of 3, but I felt it was going to be one of 2 routes. Either one, you were going to fall back on Burn and maybe go to like Empty Jar or like sit on Gravekeeper Spies or whatever, right? And just rely on your set monsters and be really passive. Or you were going to be aggressive and play more of the hand control deck that you were playing last episode, but just maybe mix in some of the newer cards from this set. So either way, the one thing that I knew that would be important was just to make sure I had access to removal at all times. You know what I mean? So yeah. I actually pulled 3 Raigeki Breaks in my opening. I only main decked 2 of them. I sided the 3rd just in case, like to wait and see, you know, what route you took. The Dark Dust Spirit isn't searchable, but I still felt like having a board wipe was pretty good, especially since I thought you'd be on your goats this episode, and yeah, it proved pretty well, honestly. Not only that, it deals with like floaters and stuff like that. Again, it doesn't pop the set monsters, which is kind of lame, but outside of that, let's see. I also had this card I didn't main deck. I actually side decked it. I actually really like him. It is Samurai. Did you pull any spies, or what was your? How was your pulls?
I pulled the playset of spies. Pulled the playset of spies, 2 guards,
nice.
The double Raigeki Breaks, the 1 Trap Dust Shoot, 2 Needle Ceilings, I think 2 Needle Walls, double Spirit Reaper, and the playset of Turtles.
Oh,
And then
no, that's crazy. I didn't get any turtles or Spirit Reaper. I didn't get turtles or Spirit Reaper. That was like the one card that I like. Honestly, I pretty much hit everything I wanted to. I'm not gonna lie. This was a pretty crazy opening for me, except for Spirit Reaper and Turtle, and Book of Life. Like that whole zombie engine. I was really hoping to play zombies later in the series, but like missing out on Reaper and Book of Life and Turtle is, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But the craziest pull, I had it game 1, but I didn't use it. This bad boy.
Ooh.
That is a really good card. So like my philosophy was playing all these chainable trap cards just sounded way better this time around because of Giant Trunade and MST, right? I don't know.
Yeah, this episode I had to change because I was like, you're expecting burn. I can't rely on that. And last time it burned myself. So I was like, burn has seen its day. I couldn't do hand control because last week I would hit you with the Yada, and then you would Graceful Charity, Thunder Dragon, and Pot of Greed your way out of it.
Yeah, but
I'm missing Delinquent Duo and Confiscation, so I can't really do the hand hate route the way that you can.
That's true.
So I was like, if I do that, I'm just committing to cards that Justin can get out of. So I went with this route because I was like, well, it's defensive enough to keep me in until Jinzo or Sunskull can hit the game. But the problem is, Dark Hole, Regeki, and Dust Spirit say no to battle phase effects. So,
yeah,
not the best situation to be in.
Here we are now with what? This is the first hat trick. I'm feeling really good. I told myself I was going to be the first one. I'm happy I don't look like an idiot because I kept on saying it over and over and over throughout the episode. But now, catch 22 for me. Now you can go get another Scapegoat, or you can go get yourself a Graceful Charity. You can go back, double up on like Last Will, or double up on any of the cards in the Yugi starter deck, or maybe grab some of the stuff you missed in my Kaiba deck. I don't know. I'm curious. So going into next episode, do you know yet what starter deck you're going to grab?
So here's where I'm at with this. If I pick Joey, I get another Penguin Soldier, I get a third Magician of Faith, and I get another Scapegoat, which is all great.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
The Graceful Charity and the MST are pretty hard to pass up on.
I was thinking you might go that route. I know MST is going to go to 1, so
yeah.
MST is still at 3 for a few more episodes, so doubling up on those isn't a bad idea, especially later down the line when it does come back as well. So
yeah, see, I only have 2 Thunder Dragons at my disposal, so immediately those are not going to be seeing play.
Gotcha.
So Graceful Charity does take a bit of it if I pick it, and MST, you know, it's going to get limited at some point pretty soon, but I'll have other chances to pick it up.
Yeah,
but
that's very true.
as we grow closer and closer into GOAT format territory, the second Scapegoat won't hurt. A third Magician of Faith definitely won't hurt.
That's very true.
And another Penguin Soldier, and next week is Magician's Force. So
that's true.
So I think I gotta go with Joey here.
All
2
right.
Scapegoats is gonna be insane.
That is pretty insane.
The third Magician of Faith heading into GOAT format is too big of a card to pass up.
That
I
is
just don't have the
also
proper
crazy.
resources for Graceful Charity. So I think I gotta go with Joey here. The second MST would be nice, but there's like 5 decks in the future that will give both of us MSTs regardless.
All right, Ricardo. Well, this was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, Yada closed out a game in a very unhealthy way. Pretty crazy it went the way it did, seeing how all it would have taken is for you to resolve Trap Dust Shoot to prevent that from happening. And I guess I just got lucky and kept 3 cards out of my hand.
Yeah, that Graceful Charity left you with 3 cards. You drew next turn and you immediately set 1 card. So I was like, well, there goes that option.
All right, bud. I'll talk to you later, man. I'm looking forward to next week. All right, guys. Peace.